Not sure how I feel about this back job, but we are going to make it work. What is up, you guys? It's Mackenzie and welcome back to my channel, or nice to meet you if you're new. I am a senior at Florida Gulf Coast, graduating in less than 20 days. So if college, lifestyle, productivity, post-grad and trying to figure that out is up your alley, make sure you subscribe down below and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos I post. Today, obviously, we are doing a little bit of a sit-down video. I have not done a sit-down video since Vlogmas, but this is a video that has been on my heart, so I wanted to do it. You can tell by the title, today we are going to be talking about 19 things I learned in my 19th year of life. I turned 20 last week, so I am freshly no longer a teenager, and I used to see these videos all the time on YouTube, and I don't know, 19th was just such a year of growth for me, and I want to talk about it, so let's get into it. Number 1, never try to shrink yourself to fit in to what you think other people want you to be. Show up as yourself always. This has been my biggest learning lesson, I feel like, and it's why it's number 1. I started seeing so much more success in my social media, in my business, in life in general when I started showing up as myself. And that means the good parts, the bad parts, the ugly, like genuinely just being myself and stop trying to act like how I think people want me to act. It's literally been life-changing, and I still have a long way to go. I still have my moments where I kind of start to shrink down, but for the most part, I'm getting better at it, and it's been really cool to see my growth throughout that one specific journey. Number 2, true fulfillment comes from nothing but a relationship with Jesus. If you follow me on TikTok, you have kind of seen my journey back to Jesus. I don't want to say I ever left Jesus, because I've always been a Christian. I've always believed in him, but we all have moments where we kind of stray away, and for the longest time I strayed away. I was living in sin knowingly, willingly, and that really kind of pulled me away from him. And so in December I started my journey back to him, and it's been really crazy, really fun, really all over the place. All of these things I'm learning, new spiritual gifts I'm walking in, but I've really learned that nothing else will fulfill that. Not sex, not partying, not alcohol, not friends. Nothing else is going to fulfill you like Jesus will. And I have learned that so much recently, and I'm learning it so much more. I feel like we have a long journey to go with this lesson, but I am started to really just focus in on that and really focus on running to Christ instead of running to worldly things. Number 3, it's okay to be tired. Being tired and needing rest does not make you weak. This one's obviously pretty self-explanatory, but I started a job this semester on top of trying to graduate, on top of social media, on top of trying to run an online business. So I have been extremely busy. I've been running around like a chicken with their head cut off literally since the middle of January, and we're in April now, almost to May. So life has been crazy, and I felt like I had this narrative in my mind that I was extremely weak and weak-minded for being tired, but in reality I was doing all of these things. I'm still doing all of these things, and I need to allow myself permission to feel tired. Being tired does not make you weak. It means you're working your behind off, and you know, you have a lot going on. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're weak-minded. It just means you have a lot going on, you know? And I feel like I used to beat myself up when I was tired, like, no, I can't be tired, I can't take a nap, I can't go to bed early, whatever it was. And so I've really just learned that, you know, being tired is normal. I'm probably going to be tired for the rest of my life, and that's okay. Number 4, remind yourself frequently of all that you have accomplished in your life. Stop being so hard on yourself. You have so much more life to live. And if you can't tell, these are kind of written towards me. I'm gonna, you know, go back and read this list throughout my next year of life to kind of remind myself of all of the things that I've learned. But, you know, this is so true. I don't give myself enough credit, and to like humbly brag on myself, I'm graduating with a bachelor's at 20 years old. freshly 20 years old. I have 2 streams of income, working on getting more. I moved out of my parents' house. I pay for a lot of my own things. I don't give myself enough credit for how much I have accomplished at such a young age. And again, that's like a humble brag. I'm not trying to like, oh, I'm better than you, because I'm not. I definitely still have my very crappy moments, my very low moments, but it's important that we look back on what we have accomplished to remind ourselves of how strong we are and how far we've come, because we do not give ourselves enough freaking credit. Number 5, the hard things are usually the best things. Just because it's hard doesn't mean that it's not the path that you're supposed to be on. I feel like we have this narrative that if something is hard or if there's resistance, it means that that's not where God is calling us to go. But I genuinely feel like I have learned that it's the complete opposite. Hey, hi, hello. I'm interrupting this video to say that numbers 6 through 10 somehow got deleted from my footage, so I am going to go ahead and read them to you now. It is a few weeks later, so I'm really sad I don't have what I originally said, because that's what I kind of originally wanted to say when I wrote these points down, but it's fine. Here we are. So number 6, give yourself grace. Just because you did not get things checked off your to-do list does not mean you didn't have a successful day. You guys know I live and die by my to-do lists, and I feel like I've talked about it a lot, but once I got my job in January, I just was not able to get as much done as I usually would on a day-to-day basis before getting the job. So I had to constantly be reminding myself that just because I am not checking everything off doesn't mean that I didn't get stuff done, I didn't have a productive day, and that I am a failure because I didn't check every little thing off. Number 7, set boundaries and stand firm in them. You deserve to be respected, no matter how small the boundaries are you think you're setting, or no matter how tiny the thing is you want to set boundaries about, set them. I promise you. Number 8, find joy in the mundane. This has been another huge one for me since January. Keeping a tight schedule is stressful, and you're pretty much repeating the same day over and over and over again. And sometimes I feel like we feel like to be joyful, we have to constantly have new things going on, meeting new people, doing all the things. But in reality, like, we're called to find joy in the little things. We're called to find joy in the trials. So I have been really focusing on that and finding happy little moments throughout my day that genuinely make me just stop and smile, that aren't huge ginormous things. Number 9, discipline and healthy habits is the key to success. Keep going. Seriously though, discipline is literally my only secret to anything. You guys can always tell when I am being disciplined versus when I am not, but discipline is literally the only way I've seen any success in any area of my life, is when I stuck to something and did it consistently, even on the days I didn't feel like it. Whether that's posting on social media, whether that's running my business, whether that's going to the gym and eating healthy, like whatever it is, I did not see success in it until I decided to be disciplined consistently. Keep going, just because you need to keep going even when it sucks. And number 10, life gets so much better when you start listening to God. His way is always better. He will always have immeasurably more for you. The immeasurably more verse is one of my favorites. I have it on repeat in my brain, just constantly reminding myself that God has so much more for me than I could ever imagine for myself. And life truly is better when you listen to God, because he knows the ins and outs of your life. He knows every single detail. So when you're listening to him, he is, you know, navigating your life in a way that makes sense for all of the things that we don't know. We want one thing, we want one thing, we want one thing, but we don't know what comes with that. We don't know what God has that's better for us than that one thing. Like, we truly don't know the ins and outs of our lives like we think we do. Only he does. So if we're listening to him, we can walk in and step into all of the blessings, all of the miracles, all of the amazing things that he has in store for us. Does that make sense? All right, passing it back to Kinsey 3 weeks ago. Number 11, keep a clean environment. It reduces your stress and anxiety. I've learned this time and time and time again. Maybe in my 20th year, I'll actually listen to it. Just because I learned it doesn't mean I listen to it all the time, but I'm working on it, working on it. Number 12, keep going after the things you don't necessarily feel capable of. You surprise yourself with how much you can do. Number 13, your phone is not your lifeline. Put it down when you're around people and truly enjoy their company. I am addicted to my phone. I am truly addicted to my phone. And there were a few times in my 19th year where I don't want to say didn't have a phone because I always had a phone, but like I either didn't have service or decided to shut my phone off or whatever, and those are like some of my best memories, is not having a phone. And there's something so special about having memories that only you have in your brain. Like there's no video or photo evidence of what happened. That sounds like sketchy, but I don't mean it in a sketchy way, but I mean genuinely just putting your phone down, enjoying the memories as they come, not feeling the need to photograph everything, post everything on your Instagram story, because I'm really guilty of that. I feel like I have to post everything or else I'll look unproductive. Toxic trait of mine, I know. Yeah, genuinely just enjoying the people God have put in my life in this season, enjoying their company, truly listening to them, not just yeah, cool, yeah, no, great. Like, I don't want to be that person. So this is definitely something I still struggle with. Obviously, I am on my phone a lot. I run an online business. I content create, all of the things. But there's definitely still moments that I could put my phone down that I don't. So I'm really trying to focus on that. Number 14, keep learning to surrender. You can't do everything on your own, and that is okay. Surrender is my word for the year. I'm actually considering getting it tattooed because it means so much to me. Really learning to surrender and stop trying to do everything on my own, because there's no strength like God's strength, and I sometimes try to think that I'm stronger than him, that I can do it on my own, but I can't. And that's okay. Number 15, I made a TikTok about this, so if you're from the TikTok fam, shout out. But healing is not linear. Some days are going to be good and some days are going to be really bad. But just because you have bad days does not mean you aren't still healing. It's a journey. Number 16, continue getting uncomfortable. That is where the growth and the magic happens, and that just sets my soul on fire. That line, words, sentence, whatever, because it is so true, you guys. Nothing good happens in your comfort zone. Nothing. Number 17, you are worth so much more than your body. Stop letting it define you. My spirit is not ready to go more in depth with that one yet, but we definitely will be going more in depth with that, because girls, you are worth so much more than your boobies and your butt and a flat stomach and abs. So much more than that. Yeah, there's a word coming on that one. I can feel it. Stay tuned. Number 18, do the dang workout, sis. You will feel so much better, but do the workout for your health. Don't do the workout to try and be skinny, because that's when stuff goes wrong. Number 19, my last one, rest is essential. You have to fill your own cup before you can fill anyone else's. So important that you are giving yourself time to be with yourself. Spend time alone with your creator. You don't have to be available for everyone 24/7. You have to rest for yourself, or else you're gonna be a crazy psycho that cries all the time because they're an emotional wreck because they never get enough sleep. So those are the 19 things I learned in my 19 years of life. I hope some of them resonated with you guys, maybe gave you some inspiration. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up down below. Love you guys so much, and shout out to everyone who's been on this journey with me since I was like 13 or 14. It's insane that I'm 20 now. See you soon.